local weather with the KX News Storm Team.
Welcome back, everyone. Going to be starting this off looking at our satellite and radar for right now. What we see is across much of the state, clear skies. There's some light cloud cover moving itself in from the west to the east. That's what we expect to see once this cold front continues to move in. That low pressure system starts to influence the region as well. That's what's giving us that severe weather chance, is that low pressure system and that cold front. And there's another low pressure down south of us as well that's going to give us even more influence, but that not as much as this one that's out in Montana. As we zoom out, we can see that low pretty prominently just spinning itself around here out in northern Montana. We can see the snow out there. They have some winter weather advisories out in western Montana for this afternoon, and then obviously we see that tail that's going to continue to develop over the next few hours, and as it moves into North Dakota, a little bit better of an environment for severe weather for the rest of the day. So this is the area we got to keep an eye on over the next couple of hours here on this Wednesday. Temperatures right now, you're back into the 60s. You do have some 70s. You do have an 80 down there in Mobridge at 81 right now. We'll continue to warm up, especially in these areas to the south central, maybe lagging a little bit behind as you get around for this morning, but as we get later and later in the afternoon, they should catch up to areas like Mobridge here in the next few hours, those 60s out there to the far west. Highs this afternoon show how much warmer we should get in this south central area. It's going to be those mid to lower 80s, maybe a 90 down there in Mobridge. You'll still get some 70s thrown in there in eastern portions of the state, and then upper 80s to the north. Minot 78, Garrison at 78. Out to the west, those lower 70s become more prominent, especially to the northwest, sort of flip-flop of where our warmer area is for this afternoon. It's normally been up in that northwest corner, now down to the south central. Dew points right now across the state do show we see 60s already here in the south central, and these will continue to rise over the next couple of hours. When we look at our dew point forecast for the rest of the day, up till about 5 p.m., upper 60s, lower 70s in this south central area for today, and then you get even lower 60s to the north. But you can sort of see where that cold front, how it's going to influence at least our dew points and temperatures. You're looking at a 20 degree, maybe 30 degree difference in some areas from the west to the east. It just dries us off as that cold front rolls through over the next few hours into tomorrow morning. Dew points tomorrow, you're looking at 40, so it's going to be a drier one. Winds right now have picked up quite a bit, 15 to 25 miles per hour, maybe up to 30 from the south-southeast. These winds, again, will continue to pick up today and tomorrow, so expect some windy conditions. But the big thing is the SBC has now upgraded us into that enhanced risk of severe weather down to the south-southeast of Bismarck and southwest of Jamestown for this afternoon. The slight and marginal risk has not changed much. It's been this enhanced risk. So what do we have? For threats, we still have a tornado or two. They have jumped up that risk, though. There is a signal that once that low pressure system moves in, we will have a small time frame that we could see tornadoes. Probably around 5 to 8 p.m. would be my best guess of where we could see the best window for tornadoes. It also could be the best window for hail, up to 2.5 inches to 3 inches with this system. And then as we get later into the night, 8, 9 p.m., it becomes more linear, and that's where we'll see more of that chance of 70-mile-per-hour winds for areas along the 83 corridor and east for this system. We take a look at precision cast, and it shows us as we get through the rest of the afternoon, 4 or 5 p.m., we'll start to see those showers develop along this 83 corridor all the way down south to South Dakota. And there's some signal that could be even farther south of that, but this is where we're going to see that area of we're really going to have to keep an eye on through this afternoon of that could have our biggest area of seeing some tornadoes, seeing that large hail, and then those heavy winds as it becomes more linear through the afternoon into the evening. It moves out, does start to weaken, but we will have some redevelopment through this sort of central portion of the state for this afternoon. Thursday, you look to dry off and stay dry through the weekend. Williston, 5-day forecast, 70s today and tomorrow. We're back in the 80s Friday through Saturday and Sunday. Dickinson, 70s today and tomorrow, then those 80s back for the weekend. Your Minot, 7-day forecast, so that's got us in the 70s today through tomorrow, 80s back on Friday, then a mix of 70s and 80s all the way through Labor Day. Your Bismarck 7-day forecast, 80s and 70s all the way through the weekend into next week, Joel.
If we can just get through tonight.
Yeah, really, that is it. We really calmed down after today. It looks like we're going to have maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks of drier conditions. So some areas are fine with that. Obviously, out to the west, that drought's probably going to get worse. If they don't get any rain, it doesn't look like they're going to. So.
And not even knowing, but once you start throwing out chances of hail, you start to make people a little bit nervous for the evening and everything.
Yeah, just make sure you're staying weather alert. Download that KX Storm Team app. Stay ahead of the storm as we do get that chance this afternoon.
Stone, thanks so much. And stay with us. Coming up next, it's more than just a bump on the head.